Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Bit of a flat day for crypto, I'm not gonna lie. XRP trading right now at about 60 cents, just over 60 cents. This range, we got to break out of this range sooner or later, and there's nothing really exciting to expect unless we break out of this range, until we break out of this range. So I'm breaking it down. This is XRP on the hourly, and within the last several weeks now, we have just been trading in this range here since the end of June, essentially. So ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. Can't really get out of this, and you guys can see the volatility even in this range is getting lower and lower. So we started with higher volatility in this range, and then we kind of cooled it down a little, cooled down, and now we're seeing very low volatility. Not a lot of trading volume down here. The story is really the same for Bitcoin as well. So that's a good sign. I mean, it is a positive sign because we know that Bitcoin is the heart of the market. And so, altcoins will ultimately just follow whatever Bitcoin is doing. And in here, we can see the same kinds of pattern for Bitcoin, right? This high volatility up in here and slowly, really kind of dialing it back. Low volume, right? So not a lot of trading activity for Bitcoin, not a lot of trading activity for the altcoins. And so new data hints why Bitcoin price action has spent 2 months at $30,000. There has been some new info that has just been published, guys. Despite rising fundamentals and ongoing adoption narratives, Bitcoin price action has failed to reestablish a bullish trend, still 50% below recent all-time highs. Bitcoin is without direction. Sometimes that leads opinions to favor a bearish outcome of what has been 8 weeks of sideways movement. For Nunez business, there are a number of technical factors that are converging to support 30,000 as a focal level. These include 30,000 being approximately the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level on the monthly chart. Okay, so we know about Fibonacci's. This psychological significance, guys, is also compounded by it being a round number, and as others have noted, it fits into the longer-term trend, which places 64,500 as something of a mini bull run to the blow-off top. It's approximately the 1.618 Fib extension, which in its 2 prior cycles has tested support, but has never closed on the monthly chart. So just giving us some fundamentals here. And then research defends a Bitcoin supercycle. So the importance of Bitcoin not to break below 30,000 and fail to reclaim its compound's existing anxiety about a full-on Bitcoin price breakdown. Amid the unease, some voices caution that is only a desire to interpret events to push one's own narrative, bullish or bearish. Bitcoin itself, meanwhile, is not as weak as price suggests, as fundamentals confirm. Regardless of your risk appetite, strategizing now is key so as not to miss the next wave in this current Bitcoin supercycle. This coming from Stack Funds. They concluded this in their report on Thursday. So there are some reasons why Bitcoin is still just kind of hanging out down here in and around 30,000. Of course, we've talked about psychological price factors with regards to, anything really. Once you see whole numbers, people think, okay, that's a good time to buy. So as soon as it dips really or gets really close to that $30,000 level, people will buy up. They have their buy orders in, and that's the same for anything, right? XRP or whether it's stocks or anything. So they are looking at a few factors here and also suggesting a Bitcoin supercycle is in the cards. We got to think of it too on the longer term. If we know for a fact, and we do, that institutional investors are buying Bitcoin up here. Okay, they've decided, and we know this, okay, it's been documented, they are buying Bitcoin up here, and they were not buying Bitcoin down here. They were not buying Bitcoin down here, okay? You gotta think that they want to do really well on this investment, and so how much higher could this Bitcoin cycle go? Could we be in for a super cycle? Is it going to cap off at 80,000? As per some people in the space who do technical analysis, like the blockchain back, he suggested anywhere between, I think it was 75 or 85,000, something like that. All interesting questions, all something to pay attention to. We have to look at what's going on in the media too, and I didn't realize this, but Spike Lee is on TV promoting Bitcoin. Yeah, this is him. Do your own research. So this is just an article from Cointelegraph, and Yano here down here tweeted this out. New, the first look at Spike Lee's Bitcoin commercial. Guys, this is a 2-minute spot here, so I'm not going to play the full thing, but ultimately, stating old money is not going to pick us up. It pushes us down, exploits, and systematically oppresses. All right, so he's got his signature Spike Lee slant to this. The digital rebellion is here, old money is out, and new money is in, making it more diverse. talks a little bit about, society and diversity within society, and basically all in the end to promote CoinCloud here. And you guys can see these ATMs, somebody scanning a QR code over here. So it was an interesting commercial. I certainly do think this is going to help get more people into cryptocurrency. More retail traders will likely pick up on this and see an opportunity there. I wanted to thank Michael for posting that, because this is definitely part of the story, and an interesting time that this is coming out too, right? It's not coming out when Bitcoin was reaching its all-time high at about $64,000, $65,000. It's coming out now when Bitcoin essentially corrected 50%. So interesting to see that. Also, this, guys, from XRP overnight, Jed McCaleb didn't sell yesterday, July the 14th, any XRP. So, he has been noted to sell his XRP every single day. He is allowed a certain amount, and these are automatic sells. But on July 14th, there were no sales. So here's a screen grab, and I went to BitHop specifically just to check this out, and you guys can see on July 14th, no sales down here. So it goes from July 13th, and then the 14th, there is nothing here. 0, 0, or 0.1 rather, that he was receiving, not actually selling, which got me interested because somebody down here pointed this out, and I had to check it out for myself. There are some notes down here, almost like a letter, and it sounds like it was a letter to Jed McCaleb. I've tried to contact people before, out of just sheer hope, but the time has come, and it's now or never in my life, sending this to you, this Hail Mary, so on and so forth, and it just sounds like somebody is begging Jed McCaleb for something. I asked this in the most humble way possible. I'm extremely desperate and looking for any way out of this situation. And then he addresses Jed McCaleb, I'm just your average American whose life is spiraling down, I can't stop, and I need help. And so some people were wondering, does this have to do with Jed McCaleb's sales here from his taco stand wallet? And, people down here just saying, these are just panhandlers. I mean, quite sophisticated panhandlers if they understand cryptocurrency and the fact that you can send 0.01 XRP to Jed McCaleb's wallet and put a description in the memo field. But ultimately, these are panhandlers. And I don't know if it is related in any way to the fact that there were no sales on July 14th to Jed McCaleb's wallet. Hey, maybe Jed McCaleb gave that XRP to this person. Maybe the XRP that was earmarked for the July 14th sale, maybe Jed just gave it to this poor panhandler that I'm sure is a scammer. Who knows? Who knows? Just thought I'd bring that to you because it was kind of interesting. I saw it here too when I did go to BitHop that this wasn't doctored. This is actually in the memo field here for Jed McCaleb's taco stand wallet. Anyway, I'll leave all these links in the description of the video if you guys are interested. I wanted to keep moving though, guys. Michael at Val5Links posted this with regards to Algorand. Now, if you guys are interested in altcoins and other types of investments within cryptocurrency, I recently just got into Algorand. I was kind of late in a lot of ways to this, but I'm in Algorand now. I've put in some money. I'm staking some Algorand. And so I noticed this from Michael at Val5Links. Apparently, Valkyrie Investments launches Algorand Trust. So this is big. Valkyrie Investments has launched its latest cryptocurrency trust with Algorand. The company has announced its latest proof of stake cryptocurrency trust with Algorand. The Algorand Trust will become the third investment vehicle with the company, which already operates a Bitcoin trust and a Polkadot trust. So interesting choices. Valkyrie will now be offering investors the opportunity to gain access to the crypto through an insurable, cost-effective manner. The trust will also offer investors an annualized yield of between 4 and 6%. Valkyrie Investment CEO Leah Wald commented on the latest edition, saying Algorand is a rapidly growing, innovative blockchain network with a number of significant projects being built on it. We couldn't be more excited to offer this trust, and we are doing so in response to significant demand from investors we speak to on a weekly basis. So this, I think, speaks very, very loudly with regards to what which altcoins specifically are now being focused on with regards to these institutional investment trusts, because they don't just pick anything. All right, and this is one of the reasons I got really excited about Algorand at the beginning. It wasn't the only reason. I know that they are building some great projects, and within the XRP community, there are already some people who have definitely jumped on the Algorand train, seeing the possibilities there, seeing real-world utility being derived from the algo token. And then when this came out last month, the World Economic Forum paper listing just a handful of cryptocurrencies that they see as going to be influential cryptocurrencies in the future. Algorand right here being the number one, followed by Cardano, CELO, XRP, Solana, and XLM. So this mentioned in an official WEF document. I did recently do a video on this last month. I'll link it up here. This document specifically. Now we're seeing Valkyrie coming in, major players, institutional investors, and they are setting up an Algorand or Algo trust. So note down here, guys, currently the fund is open to accredited investors with a minimum investment of $25,000, which really isn't that much, but you still have to be an accredited investor to invest within this. So, this to me just speaks loudly, and I thought I would bring it up. I thought it was important to mention this. So, for those of you guys still kind of toying with the idea of maybe jumping into other cryptocurrencies that, have a promising future potential, Algorand could be that one for you. Again, this is not financial advice. I've just been doing my research, and I'm letting you guys know what I'm doing here, especially with the World Economic Forum saying, this is going to be one of the ones, guys. This is going to be one of the ones. I also saw this, guys, from .alert for XRP. He sent me this with regards to Binance. So another country here, namely Italy, has now gone on the global regulatory offensive against Binance. The Italian company and exchange commission issued a stark warning about Binance on July 15th, which is today, stating that its companies are not authorized to provide investment services and activities in the country. The watchdog specified that this includes Binance.com, the website of the world's largest exchange. So this has now become a domino effect. It seems as though it started with Ontario in Canada and the UK. Now we're hearing of a whole bunch of other countries following suit and banning Binance. So Consob warned savers that the companies of the Binance Group are not authorized to provide investment services and activities in Italy, not even through the website Binance.com, whose sections called derivatives and stock token relating to instruments related to crypto assets were previously also written in Italian. Italy has now become part of the simultaneous global clampdown on the cryptocurrency giant, which almost begs the question, are these countries in cahoots? Are they working together because they know that regulatory clarity is going to be, first and foremost, very important for this new financial framework? So I'm sure they've been talking at these, G20 meetings, G7 meetings, what have you. I'm sure that a lot of these governments and, their people that work within, the realm of the financial sector for their respective countries are likely talking about this and saying, Binance, probably saying behind closed doors, this Binance thing, we got to really nip this in the bud. So how about we coordinate our statements and kind of release them one day at a time or 1 week at a time or what have you in order to really kind of put the pressure down on Binance. And so now Binance is here kind of wondering what the heck is going on. Of course, they are going to have to make plans. So now it is Canada, Japan, the UK, the Cayman Islands, Poland, Thailand, and most recently Malta. These are other countries that have clamped down on Binance, and including Italy as well. So interesting to say the least. Wanted to thank $4XRP for posting that. And this guy's Ripple partner SoftBank leads an $800 million funding round for XRP-friendly Revolut digital bank. So SoftBank, which owns Ripple-supported MoneyTap payment app in Japan, along with Tiger Global, US-based hedge fund, has helped UK-based Revolut digital bank to raise a whopping $800 million in a recent funding round. So according to a CNBC article, the British fintech startup has raised $800 million and is now valued at $33 billion. That is 6 times higher than its evaluation by investors last year when it was $5.5 billion. So they have grown by leaps and bounds. This year, fintech firms are trending, having raised $33.7 billion in the second quarter of this year. The Revolut app offers services in the sphere of banking and trading. This funding round has turned the company into the second biggest unicorn among fintech firms in Europe. Also wanted to mention down here, Revolut holds $742 million in crypto assets and keeps supporting XRP. The largest UK fintech unicorn also works with cryptocurrencies, as reported by You Today earlier. It holds an astounding $742 million worth of crypto, including XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. So interesting news there. Definitely a Ripple connection. And it was brought to us by Crypto Eddie, and I wanted to mention here because Crypto Eddie does post this in her tweet. Correction, please, to your article. SoftBank is not part of SBI Group, although in this article I don't know where I saw that it was listed with SBI Group. I don't see that here, but I kind of skipped over some sections. I will link it in the description for you guys. She says that it is not part of SBI Group. MoneyTap, the payments app, is a holding company of the SBI Group, not SoftBank. So maybe they have already corrected it. It's like mixing up Sony with Samsung. Definitely not the same thing. Thank you. I don't know if you guys remember back in, well, I don't know how old you guys are, back in the 90s when, you know, you were looking for electronics and Sony was always that high tier electronic, and, you know, you'd see the Citizens and the Sanyos and the Panasonics and the Samsungs kind of near the bottom, and, you know, there was a hierarchy, and Samsung, I know it was kind of near the bottom back then. Boy, has Samsung really turned things around over the last decade or two. Killing it, just killing it. Anyway, that's just a sidebar here. This guy's from James K. Fillin. So with regards to the SEC lawsuit, today is the day. And so the public call-in number for the telephonic conference regarding the SEC motion to quash William Hinman's deposition has not been docketed yet. So I have nothing to report tonight. When I get it, you will get it. Thank you for your patience. So that, guys, is happening at 3 p.m. today. Today is July 15th, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so he posted this last night at around 10:07 p.m. And so just as an update, I went to James K. Fillin's Twitter page here, refreshing it to see if there is something new. And sure enough, that tweet from 10 hours ago, still nothing new here from James K. Fillin. So the number has not yet been posted. I will link James K. Fillin's Twitter in the description of this video as well, if you guys want to check that out. If you're following him, I'm sure it will show up in your feed anyway, but just to get the latest tweet from him with regards to that number. So we are still waiting on that. And this guy sent to me, this is just a screen grab sent to me by Coining203 here on Twitter, with regards to something Hester Peirce posted just yesterday. So we still need crypto clarity, and I'm going to get to this link, guys, in a second. Coining203 saying, wait, isn't that supposed to be your job? Hester Peirce responding, good point. I'll get right on that. Oh, wait. I'm only one of 5 commissioners, but I am working on it. I'm glad Hester Peirce has a sense of humor. And thank you, Coining203, for keeping them honest over there at the SEC. So, with regards to that same statement, Wrath of Kahneman also posted this. This is an SEC public statement about a coin schedule case today. The SEC notes their reluctance to provide additional guidance about how to determine whether a token is being sold as part of a securities offering or which tokens are securities, and notes Howey is not clear. So with regards to that, guys, I'm going to bring this up. The public statement, a matter of coin schedule, written by Commissioner Hester Peirce and Commissioner, why is it doing that? And Commissioner Elon Reisman. Now, they started off just kind of outlining what is going on here. And again, I will link this in the description. I'm going to read you guys some of this. We agree with our colleagues that touting securities without disclosing the fact that you are getting paid and how much violates Section 17B. We nevertheless are disappointed that the Commission's settlement with CoinSchedule did not explain which digital assets touted by CoinSchedule were securities. An omission which is symptomatic of our reluctance to provide additional guidance about how to determine whether a token is being sold as part of a securities offering or which tokens are securities. So they are stating we do not even know how to classify these things. We're still scratching our heads here. There is a decided lack of clarity for market participants around the application of the securities laws to digital assets and their trading, as is evidenced by the request each of us receives for clarity and the consistent outreach to the Commission staff for no action and other relief. The test laid out in SEC versus Howey is helpful, but often including with respect to many digital assets, the application of the test is not crystal clear. So she's saying, the Howey test doesn't clarify cryptocurrencies for us in the least. Although the Commission staff has provided some guidance, the large number of factors and absence of weighted cut against the clarity and guidance was intended to offer. Market participants have difficulty getting a lawyer to sign off on something that is not a securities offering or does not implicate the securities law. They also cannot get a clear answer backed by a clear Commission level statement that is something is a security offering. The industry, through efforts like the Crypto Ratings Council framework to consistently and objectively assess whether any crypto asset has characteristics that make it more or less likely to be classified as a security under the U.S. federal securities laws, has sought to play a constructive role in providing clarity, but the Commission has to engage more. Continuing down here in this void, litigated and settled Commission enforcement actions have become a go-to source for guidance. People can study the specifics of token offerings that become the subject of enforcement action actions and take clues from particular cases. However, applying those clues to the facts to a completely different token offering does not necessarily produce clear answers. Providing guidance piecemeal through enforcement actions is not the best way to move forward. If the Commission intends to continue to do so, then we should at least be clear about which tokens we have identified to have been sold pursuant to securities offerings. And then it goes on down here talking about the coin schedule order, so on and so forth. Again, guys, I will link this in the description. Interesting to see what's on the minds of Hester Peirce and Eli Roisman. Some of the things that Wrath of Kahneman picked up on here. I am not a lawyer, but it sure seems to serve up some juicy evidence for the current Ripple case. So much so, it does make you wonder what's happening behind the scenes. This could make waves, guys, coming straight from the SEC. The SEC states it is unclear. The SEC states the Howey test is not always clear. The SEC also states they are regulating through prosecution. And the SEC says coin schedule offered securities, but they didn't mention which of the 2,500 offered were. So these are all very interesting points. I did touch on some of these in this article, and I didn't touch on the last one there. It is listed down here of the 2,500 tokens profiled on CoinSchedule's website were offered or sold as securities. So again, you can read that if you wish. He goes on to say, and my favorite line, and maybe Ripple's too, it is incumbent on us to answer those often complicated questions thoughtfully and in a timely manner. Interesting, too, that the authors are Peirce and Roisman, with the SEC publish something like this to grease the skids in court. Stay tuned, I guess. So very, very interesting that they would put this out. Now, again, this was just published yesterday, July the 14th. So that was just published yesterday, going over what has been currently known as the Coin Schedule Limited case here by the SEC, so another cryptocurrency related case. No clarity on the Howey test, and all this coming at a time where regulation, not just through the SEC, but regulatory clarity in the United States specifically, is coming into more focus, guys. I wanted to play you guys this clip real quick from James Rule XRP. This is Jerome Powell, guys, talking about this new financial system in CBDCs. Listen to this.
There are certainly advantages to a central bank digital currency or a faster payment system, but there are certainly risks. That's the case, right? This is not a riskless proposition. It's a pretty bold proposition for the Federal Reserve, is it not?
Yes, and we'll lay out the possible potential benefits. We'll put those out on paper, and also, the potential risks that are undertaken. And I think those have been written up in many forums around the world. And I think both are real. And, it really depends. A lot depends on the U.S. institutional context and on why we would need a central bank digital currency and how you weigh those costs and benefits. So that's really the nature of the exercise.
And so stable coins certainly have some advantages in terms of a faster payment system and have some of the attributes of CBDC. But there are some risks with stable coins right now. Are there not? Are there concerns you have about stable coins?
Yeah, I think the issue, stable coins are a lot like money market funds or bank deposits or a narrow bank, depending on the terms of them, that kind of thing, but without the regulation. And I think we have a tradition in this country where the public's money is held in what is supposed to be a very safe asset. We have a pretty strong regulatory framework around bank deposits, for example, or money market funds. That doesn't exist really for stablecoins. And if they're going to be a significant part of the payments universe, which we don't think crypto assets will be, but stablecoins might be, then we need an appropriate regulatory framework, which frankly we don't have.
So they do not have the regulatory framework. Clearly, this is what government is working on right now. And so, even discussing CBDCs vis-a-vis stablecoins, they're kind of scratching their heads as well. So the SEC scratching their heads, clearly the Fed scratching their heads with regards to cryptocurrency adoption. We are getting closer though, guys. And as Wrath of Kahneman asks here, Could this make waves with regards to the Ripple lawsuit since it's coming straight from the SEC? I personally don't think that they are going to drag this out in court until the clarity is at 100%. I personally think they will settle before this. It is going to give XRP legitimacy. They will be that gold standard now to which all other cryptocurrency companies will look to and base their model essentially around what happened with XRP over the last decade so that they do not get served and sent to court as well. That's just my opinion. I mean, it makes logical sense, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.